Hey, and a good happy morning, YouTube world. And guess what? And you know it, I can be found all over the web. So go on, look me up because you know what? You're already here anyways. And you never know what I might be doing somewhere else or what I might be saying because you all know I don't have much of a filter. I have a little bit, but not much. But anyway, that's not today's topic. Today, what I'm going to talk about is teaching children to lie. Yes, and yes. We as parents will lie to our children and then find it totally amazing that our 2-year-old will sit there with cookie in hand, crumbs on their mouth and go, what cookie? I have no clue what cookie you are speaking of, mother. But yet, you teach them to lie. And I'm going to say you and not we because you know what? I have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and the 2 girls are grown and moved out and have families of their own. And they have chosen to do however they want, and I'm okay with that. I fully support it. I've never once told my grandson or any of the children that there's no such thing. My boys still live at home. They are 15 and 17, almost 16. They're older. And even if I would have told them those things by now, they would not believe anyway. But here's the thing. When my children were younger, we did celebrate Christmas. And we still do. But they knew that the gifts came from mom's hard-earned money. Or when I was single. I've been married close to 20 years now. So they know that dad works and he works 2 jobs and mom works from home. And I just never had a need to lie to my children. So when I would tell them about Christmas, when we spoke about Christmas, they just knew it was me going shopping. And they were okay with that. And then, I would give them money for their teeth, but they knew it was me. And I never had a need to lie to my children about these things. And yes, I'm sorry, but it is lying. Parents look at this as, oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so fun. My son, my daughter, they believe in Santa Claus. They believe in the Easter Bunny. They believe in the Tooth Fairy. You are lying to these kids. And then you are surprised when they start lying to you. Well, guess what, guys? I hate to tell you this, but most children are not stupid. And, I've heard people tell me everything from, well, we're teaching them faith to we're teaching them just to have fun and be imaginative. Okay, that's great, but it's still lying. And I just never had a need. Now, don't get me wrong. My children have lied to me. And I've lied to them too. Mom, do you have money for Taco Bell? I have money, but you're not getting it. And then I guess that's what okay, I guess I've never really outright lied to my children because they would ask me if I had money and I would tell them, yes, I do, but you're not getting it. But there have been times like they have asked me if I have any candy or whatever, and I might have moved it so they couldn't find it. It's one of those things. Go look at my things you'll do as a parent video, because you will hide like candy and you'll hide leftovers and you'll go, nope, don't have it. Sorry, we're out. And I used to do that, but here's the thing now. That I've gotten older, my kids kind of go to bed after me. it used to be when they were little, I put them to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I went to bed around 10:30, 11 o'clock. But now that they're older and I'm older, I find myself most nights going to bed before them, and it's almost like they put me to bed. But I find myself going to bed before them, but I also get up before them now. Again, they are older, more mature children. Like I said, they are 17 and almost 16. So I trust them completely. Not to mention, I get up throughout the night because I am older, and us older people like going to the bathroom in the middle of the night for whatever reason. So I do get up throughout the night several times and check on my kids in my house. And a lot of times I will go to bed around 11. And on the weekends, my boys are allowed to stay up until 1:30 a.m. And during the weekday, they're allowed to stay up until 12. And so basically, that schedule came about because their father works from 2 p.m. until 12 p.m. Or I'm sorry, till 12 a.m. And so, they like to say goodnight to Daddy. And since they are older, I do allow them to stay up until 12 when he gets home and say goodnight and then go to bed. But anyways, we teach our children to lie. Sometimes by omission, because they will ask us questions and we will not answer them. So, Mom, is Santa Claus real? Oh, look at that. That is so cute. Come watch Little Ponies on TV. Mom, is the Easter Bunny real? Oh, here, Johnny, have a piece of cake. Isn't that good? Now, I'm not going to lie. I did not tell my children that, none of them. I didn't tell, 2 girls, 2 boys, and I did not tell them Santa Claus was coming. I didn't tell them the Tooth Fairy was coming. I didn't tell them the Easter Bunny was hiding their eggs. Hell, my children, and they're very well-rounded people. They're nonetheless, had a horrible childhood because they didn't know this. Because they did know of it. They just knew it wasn't real. I didn't lie to them about it. And I mentioned this in one of my other videos that I think it was my oldest daughter, came to me one time and said her friend wanted to know if she thought Santa Claus was real. And I did not think it was mine or my daughter's place to explain to her, no, it wasn't. That was something that her mother had told her. And so I felt like it was her mother's job to break it to her that it wasn't. And so I simply told my daughter to tell her that, sometimes it doesn't matter what another person believes. It's all about what you believe and your perception that makes the world go round. And, that was basically what she went back and told her friend. So it didn't matter what my daughter believed. If she believed Santa Claus was real in her world, that was all that mattered. So, but like I said, my children, I didn't teach them to lie about these things. And trust me, the world taught them to lie because they became great at it. My my children are not any different than anyone else's children because of the way I chose to raise them. Because trust me, they can lie with the rest of them, literally. My children have great imaginations and have come up with some whoppers over the years. But I have to say that in not telling my children that there was a Santa Claus, I think they had more fun with it, because here's what I learned to do as my boys got older. What I would do is I would take the presents I had for the oldest child and I would let the youngest child wrap them. And then the presents I had for the younger son, I would let the older son wrap it. And every year they come to me and they go, Mom, am I going to get to wrap brother's presents? And they love it. They absolutely love it. Saves me time, saves me trouble. And they love having something to hold over each other's head. So anybody that has multiple children will know that one. But, and my girls, I didn't think to do that with them, because you learn as you go being a parent. But let me tell you, when it came to Easter, I don't believe they missed out on the notion of an Easter bunny, because they enjoyed dyeing their own eggs, and they enjoyed hiding their eggs from each other. And what I would do again is I would let the oldest one hide their eggs, and the other one would go look for it, and then the oldest would hide and the other one would go look for it. And it was just, they had a blast. And then there was times where I would go hide and they would both go look. And there was no need for the fantasy bowl. Now, don't get me wrong, because we still all enjoyed watching the show. Every year we watch Polar Express as a family tradition. For Christmas, we'll get together and watch Polar Express. Absolutely love it. We used to watch A Christmas Story, but I got bored with that one because you can only hear "You'll Shoot Your Eye Out" so many damn times and it gets boring. But my husband loves it and my boys love it, so they watch it, and kudos to them. But let me tell you guys, your kids, some of them handle it really bad when you spend like 8 to 10 years telling these kids that there's a Santa Claus, and then all of a sudden they find out there isn't. I mean, I've seen children literally have nervous breakdowns where they start shaking and crying because they don't understand. And they don't handle it well, finding out that there's no Santa Claus or finding out that there's no Easter Bunny. So be careful with that, because, I mean, I aside from teaching them to lie, because you've lied and you've done it for years, and they internalize this as it's okay, and then they have absolutely no reason why you're mad at them or upset with them when they're holding the cookie and the crumbs are all over their face going, "No, what cookie? I don't know." You've lied to them, so why is it wrong for them to lie to you? And it really does start that young. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong, my children have told some whoppers over the years, and they do learn to lie their asses off because the world will teach them this. They will go off to public school, and even if they don't, anybody who knows me knows that my younger ones, which are 17 and almost 16 at this point, have never set foot into a public school as far as learning. Now, they have been in public schools because they have been in different programs as homeschoolers that mesh with learning programs of the public schools. 1 year, my oldest son was doing band, I believe. It was some kind of music class where he went and did that with the public school kids for, I want to say about a month, but it may have been 6 weeks. But anyway, and my younger one does Bible class over at the local church, or did at the local church, with public as well as private school kids. And then there was activities at our local Y where they did. And here's the thing, they will learn really quickly what other parents are telling their kids, because kids talk the same way adults do. And aside from being told that there's a Santa Claus and an Easter Bunny and a this and a that, parents will involve children in non-childish things. So you will find that when parents are going through hard times or arguments or divorces, or they're having financial issues or struggle, and I have to say that there was a point in my life that I did this too, and I totally regret it, because It was a mistake that I made being a single parent, but I learned really fast that you don't involve children in adult things. And like I said, I was not the perfect parent. I did make these mistakes where I involved my children sometimes in adult things. However, I am so grateful that they turned out well. And like I said, my oldest has her family. And I learned really quick. It was mostly my oldest that I involved in things because I was a single parent, and I did ask her to watch the kids, and I did ask her, to not do things or to do things that I probably shouldn't have involved her in, with her being a child. So, we still, even though I didn't teach my children to lie, I kind of did, by mistake, teach them other things. But we have to be really careful what we teach our children, because outright teaching our children to lie, to me, it is a very slippery slope between embellishing and teaching and developing their imagination and just outright teaching them to lie. So when the time comes for you to tell them that there is no Santa Claus and that there is no tooth fairy, you might want to be very careful how you do that, because like I said, some children do not handle that well at all. So, we have to be careful what we teach our children and then get upset because they're giving back to us what we've taught them. So anyways, guys, I'm not going to drag this one out because it's pretty self-explanatory. And it's just one of those things that I thought I would hit on because why not? We just came through the holidays and we're getting ready to go into another one. We're getting ready to go into Valentine's Day. And here's what I don't get. Valentine's Day is a lover's day. And yet we have as adults and in a commercialized world decided that we are going to make this on everybody's day. And that way the companies the candy companies, the card companies, everybody's making money off of this. And it makes absolutely no sense to me, because you're celebrating this in the classroom and public schools, and you are giving each other cards that say "Be mine" and "Be my Valentine," and "You're this sweet," and "You're blah blah." And what are we doing? What are we doing? That's crazy, because do you really want your children having lovers? That's what Valentine's Day is, a day of lovers. It's a lover's day. It's a partnership. It's a wife. It's a marriage. It's a wife and a husband marriage. It's a boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever you are. And it's not really a children's day, but for some reason the commercialized society has turned it into that so that they can make money off of it. Again, another lie. But it is what it is, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to let you figure that one out too, because, with Valentine's Day coming up, I'm not so sure that I would want my 5 and 6 and 8 and 10 and 12-year-old handing out cards with hearts on them that say "Be mine" and, "You're so sweet" and "Aren't you cute?" And my children aren't allowed to date until they're 16. Okay, or 16 and a half, almost 17. But, again, and we give these cards to our teachers, and, we encourage our kids to hand them out to their classmates. And then when you think about it, what is it really? It really is literally your child soliciting other children to be their boyfriend or girlfriend. Let that sink in, because I'm not bullshitting. You're literally handing your 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, let's say daughter, cards to give out to their classmates that literally say, "Aren't you cute? Aren't you sweet? be my Valentine. That's like saying, be my boyfriend. So anyway, and you go to the store and you buy these cards, and the company has made literally millions of dollars off of this every year, because some of you parents go out and buy cupcakes, and some of you go out and buy heart candies, and it is what it is. But the original Valentine's Day was meant to be a lover's day, and I'm just saying, let that sink in, guys. Anyway, I can be found all over the web, so feel free to look me up, because if you have an actual partner, or even a child, I guess, that you want to do projects with on Valentine's Day or before Valentine's Day, check me out at Crafting with Six. Go on over there and find a fun-filled activity to do with your child, your grandchildren. Have fun with it, and nothing over there is a lie. Check me out on Instagram, because I'm not lying over there either, guys. Okay, today is February the 1st of 2020, and guess what? It is 11:16 in my world, so I'm off to a late start this morning. It is gloomy, the snow is melting, and it is wet, no sunshine, so that's where I'm at. I'm probably going to do some more art projects, because I'm not going out in this. So anyway, guys, it is also Saturday, so happy the weekend to y'all. Have a good one.